It's still going. Hey, and then it says we're live. But you can't see me very well because it's very dark. And it's so dark. And we tried to be very good on this new year. And of course, we have a production issue.
Yeah.
I think we probably need to rehire everybody.
Try to get new equipment and it frickin' fails.
It catches every time. Cool. Welcome to the flock.
We got one in and they found us.
They found us. Sorry, guys. Actually, I think it's not necessarily her fault. I've had a bad juju all morning, and it's just, I think I'm passing it on here. We've been together too long. So, yeah. But that's too bad. I'm going away again. So you have 2 weeks and you can just get over me and maybe things
and figure out my new computer.
Well, yeah. It's gorgeous.
I thought I had it figured out last night, y'all. Like I really did.
I'm sorry. I know that we don't really know, but look at this. Oh my God. It's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. It has a great screen. And I thought you guys are gonna have such a great picture today. And the new year, all that jazz.
But that's okay. We'll stick with what you know. I mean, it's too much too fast. Maybe that was it. The computer was saving you guys from all this new stuff on January.
We can't handle it.
I know.
Can't handle it.
We have to stay very much the same. I think the computer thought we were changing the whole atmosphere. I mean, I have my cards to write on. You know, I mean, it's like I actually wrote down what I was going to talk about today. It can't handle that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was called preparation, and we don't normally do that, you know?
Right. I know. Mean, I even tested out the camera to make sure that
maybe it was the fact that we tested it. It thought we had already been on, and they're like, great.
I don't know. Could you guys hear us? I think
you could.
I think you could.
I'm sorry if we said anything too bad.
You could hear us fumbling around.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm going to Google it.
I did Google it. I got it up. And here's what it says. But she did all this stuff because I watched her do it. Make sure you enable this, do this, go there. And she went through this whole thing about privacy and stuff. And then I'm thinking, okay, turn on the live control panel. What the hell is that? I don't know what that is. My husband does all that shit. I just go, Mikey.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm useless. I mean, seriously, I'm useless.
Nancy, so now you know what it sounds like. What behind the scenes? Because we didn't know if you guys could hear us or not. That's too funny. And then I'm like, turn it off because it won't let me turn it back on. Because when I tried to open it up this is the old computer. When I tried to open it up on this computer, it wouldn't let me because it said you can't go live twice.
So she's like, turn it off. I got to turn it off though. I figured that much out.
You know what's so funny? That's a touch screen. The new one's a touch screen, y'all. So she could, So now for 5 years, I've been telling her it's not a touch screen.
Not a touch screen.
And she's finally figured it out. Now she's got.
And now I'm over here and it's a touch screen. Oh my God, that's priceless. That's gonna be
I'm totally gonna just.
Oh, for sure.
You're gonna be.
I mean, I'm gonna go crazy once I get back. But like I said, I finally learned.
Right.
I mean, what can I say? So happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, right.
I hope everybody had a good one. You know, I had a great Christmas. It was a good Christmas. New Year started out fair to middling and then, crashed yesterday. So I figured I had 3 days of the New Year being, and then it went back to normal.
Yeah.
Mikey's at the hospital. I'm driving somebody else. I'm picking something else for somebody else. I'm trying to get my stuff done in the meantime while we're going back and forth to the hospital or back and forth to somebody's apartment or back and forth to my sister's. And that's just, we're back.
And yesterday I tried to go to the yarn store at it was 10:30. So in the morning, yesterday morning, I said to my husband, I go, what do you think about me getting a new computer? And he goes, well, that's fine. I said, come into my yarn room, which is a complete disaster. If you guys have gone onto the Etsy shop, it's 50% off right now because I'm trying to revamp things. But in order to do that, I need room in my yarn room.
Right.
So
she does.
So there's going to be 50% off for some time until I have room in my yarn room.
Don't forget, we have to get Valentine. You have to get Valentine.
They're 50% off. I even put up new
She's good.
I put up new listings of Valentine's, and they're 50% off.
Oh my God.
And St. Patty's.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Better go on, guys.
So I told my husband, I said, I'm kind of thinking about getting another desk. Now, if y'all walked into my yarn room, there wasn't room for a desk.
No.
There really was.
Well, you could get one of those stackable desks that you could put stuff
The kind that folds down like a Murphy bed.
There you go. Yeah. Like that, and then go back up. And you need that extra room or whatever.
Because I'm thinking, like, I wasn't thinking about a new computer to do the podcast on. I was thinking about a new computer for the Etsy shop.
Oh, for sure.
Just to print off labels.
Oh, yeah.
Because right now, y'all, I have to go into my husband's office and print on his printer, and my label thingy is in there. So I was like, maybe I can just get a new computer, put it in, in the room. Label printer.
Sure.
New printer, blah, blah, blah. In my room. That way I don't have to disturb him and his setup of his computer, because I have to unplug things, plug it in, you know.
Standard practice.
Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, he's like, our paper printer is Wi-Fi, so we wouldn't need to buy another printer.
Right.
You could just Wi-Fi it from your room to this printer.
Yeah.
He's like, but you can have the label printer, because I don't do anything on that.
No, you wouldn't.
He doesn't do anything on that. I only do stuff on that. And I'm like, well, okay.
I would be.
And then he's like, why do you want a new computer? And I went, well, the one that I have, I literally only spent a couple $100 on it. Couple hundred, like,
and it's
what I'm saying,
purposes.
Like $200.
Sure, and it's
5 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's a very small screen, and has no memory. It has no RAM.
When we show yarn, it'll be like true color. You guys will really get an idea of what it
once
looks like.
I figure it out.
She will.
So I said, but I don't know if I want a laptop or a desktop. Because I'm just thinking about Etsy. So I'm like, I could just do a desktop.
Yeah.
And set it up in there, but I would need a desk and all that. And he's like, he walks in there and he's like, where would you put a desk? And I'm like,
true.
I would have to like figure something out.
Yeah.
Something somewhere. And y'all wouldn't think that like stitch markers take up a lot of room.
They do.
And I don't have much yarn.
Yeah. No, she really doesn't. Trust me.
I don't have. I have a lot of yarn, but I don't have.
She doesn't have like me.
Mm-mm.
Like me.
I'm not a yarn shopper, but I am a charms shopper. And y'all wouldn't think that they take up a lot of room, but once you have to store them in a way where you know where they are.
True. And you got to have the room for the beads, and you have to have everything sort of separate.
Yeah, I got beads.
And the miracle of this place is the fact that every time I come over, I never see a bunch of, in my house, I'd have more crap storage on the floor than I would in the room. I could just go, oh, I need a pink one. Oh, right here. Let's go.
Yeah.
And I bought one of those dot things.
No, the coloring dot things?
Yes.
Oh, no.
My husband said no.
Yeah.
He flat
I would say no to you too. Because you start a new thing and you have to have it all.
Well, not so much that. That was one of his problems. The other biggest problem was the fact that I would be walking around the house with it, in and out, taking it out of the bag, and the dog would have sparkles on his head, his ears, on his feet. He said I'd have them in my underwear, and it wasn't from anything fun. And so I was like, okay, you're right. So I went ahead and gave it as a gift to the neighbor kid. And his mother said, thanks. I really appreciate it.
But you have to admit, you would get into it.
Oh, I know.
And then you would have to have it all.
Right. I'd have to have it all because that's just me. And actually, as it is, he got more than what he should have because his sister only got a couple little things. Yeah. And he had this, and he had scissors, and he had extra glue, little extra dots, an extra pointer to pick it up and put it down, and a tiny little magnifying glass so he could find them on the floor, so I could find them on the floor. But he got all that stuff. I cleaned everything out. And I want to apologize real quick. I got a new tooth put in, and I know I'm talking kind of with a lisp because it's over here. It wasn't there for about 40 years. And now I have a tooth there. because
So now she doesn't know how to talk anymore.
well, I'm just not used to it. And plus,
Yeah.
losing weight, it kind of hangs over there. Got the jowls and all. So anyway, it's just life. Okay, so back to the New Year day. So now we know about the Etsy shop.
Yeah.
And this, you have to show your best. This is amazing. I'm going to get these the minute I get home.
I got these as a gift. They're on Amazon.
They're the best.
It's just salt and pepper.
Yeah, but what?
Salt and pepper. But check this out, y'all. It's battery operated now.
And blue light, so you can see it coming
So you
down.
can see where it's going to.
Yeah. You can see where it's going.
How
much you got? Because you can still,
Yeah.
These
Except
are the best.
I do want to let you know they do not come with the battery. So if you order these, and
we
they're
got a
fantastic. They're fantastic. If you're a salt and pepper person,
These are amazing. Or if you got birthdays or a wedding gift or a shower gift coming up, I have no idea how much they are, but
I don't either. I
We
can't
don't know.
remember.
but that's
They
okay.
weren't that much.
No.
$20, $30, something like that.
Oh, they're
However,
priceless.
each one has 6 AA batteries in it. So, and they do not come with the batteries. So just keep that in mind.
3 for 1, that's 12 things. But for someone like me who has a husband who has a box, I mean, a
battery.
box. We go through batteries like crazy. Tires, batteries,
Yeah.
things like that. He loves those. And if I have one, I have 25. Most people just buy them when they need them.
I didn't have them.
No.
I didn't have them.
Of course you didn't.
I did not have the batteries for
I
them.
could have brought them over.
Well,
I do have them
but
all. Anyway,
just forewarned if you.
isn't that great?
I
I
just
just think they have tons.
Well,
of
so
those
my
things
in-laws,
out.
my mother-in-law, she wants my Amazon wish list. So for everything, for my birthday, Christmas,
Mhm.
blah, blah, blah. And that's perfect. So I have to constantly
Right.
putting things in there. Because when you purchase something, it comes off your wish list, which is great.
Right.
It's perfect. But I don't know when I put that in there. And I didn't realize it. So not only did she give me that, but she got me a packet of salt and pepper.
Oh, no, that was great.
The rock salt and the whole grain pepper, even though I have it up in my cupboard.
Yeah, but that's a great
I have
idea.
16,000 different salt and pepper grinders.
Do you ever use pink pepper?
Yes.
Is it good?
I love it. Usually I have a trio I have the white, the red, and the green and the black in my pepper grinders.
Okay.
Because I love it. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Not being a cook, I don't know. But I actually saw somebody baking with black peppercorns. They kind of chopped them up a little bit, and that was like, and everybody, the judges loved it. They thought they were great. I'm like, oh, you get that hint of pepper along with the sweet and like a sweet and bitter, and
pepper on strawberries is really good.
I've never tried that. I'll do
that.
Yeah,
pepper on strawberries.
Oh, sorry, I digress. I go back.
Pink peppercorns on strawberries.
But you know the problem, if I had to do that on Amazon, I would have so much because I only get on Facebook when I get an email that says, check out Sue's latest post or comment.
Yeah.
So I go there and I check it out. And then I go to the live and I go down the list and I'm like, oh, here's some of those shorts, those little things you go across. And you kind of watch them, and they have the daily quizzes and they have, great Amazon buys. So you see these little things. So then I stop it and I go on, especially the travel stuff. That's the one I realize. So then I go on and I'm like, oh. And then of course at the bottom, they have all these wonderful suggestions that you scroll across. And you're like, well, I'm not spending $18 for a pen. This is ridiculous when I can get it for $1.95. So then you're going across. And then, of course, I have to go to Temu. And then I've forgotten what the hell I was supposed to do to begin with. It hasn't changed, guys. 2 weeks off. And I guess I'm going to probably talk more because I had some time off. So anyway, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My niece, I went up and saw my new great nephew.
Awesome.
Adorable. Oh, he's just as sweet as a bugger. Just amazing. And then, of course, my great niece didn't actually remember me, but she always looks at me like, huh? Is this an alien? Is this what they look like? I mean, I don't know what, she's only a year, so maybe alien isn't a word she really knows. She
No,
definitely
probably
knows
not.
I'm not a princess. So what?
Well,
category?
maybe next time wear a tiara.
I'll wear it here.
I have a few here if you need one.
Yeah, you do. So anyway, she did warm up to me. She kind of figured out. And I said, she has that same look you used to have for me when you were 12. What the heck is she talking about? So anyway, we kind of got together, but that was really fun. And I did talk a lot of fast. And she's like, you're talking real fast. I said, yeah, because it popped in my head and I'm afraid it won't come out. In the meantime, I finally gave her shawl, which is to remember the colorway.
Yeah.
Let me talk about your uterus. And so, yeah, it was a wonderful visit. So that was fun. I did not get to the vitamin M store and I didn't get to the yarn shop, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
I
think you have enough yarn.
Yeah, I do. Kind of cleaned some out. 22 skeins I cleaned out, and you would never know. I thought for sure I'd clear out a drawer, or I would do. But again, what I did was in a couple of the boxes, I pulled out the DK, I pulled out the worsted, I pulled out the bulky, and they're going to go in a separate box. And I'm hoping to be able to make a
worsted.
list.
You should pull the worsted aside for your.
I am
for your
and that's
next
one of the
endeavor.
reasons. So
she found a fun little ditty that she's going to do this year.
Okay. You just have to get on the website. It's a free download. It's a free pattern. It's called
from EWE knits.
Okay. It's called the Celebration Blanket. All right. And what you do is every month you can do a square, a block.
One square a month.
Block,
no big deal. It's just one little block a month.
One little block a month. And you don't have to buy all the colors at once because she tells you which color it is.
Wow. You can use whatever freaking color you want.
And you can you can. But I mean, the point is if you want to change or make each of them different, go right ahead. Buy a skein of yarn. I bought acrylic. Sorry, you yarns, but I bought acrylic because I'm tough on our blankets. And it was an excuse to go in on New Year's Eve when I went to my niece's house and they had it up at her Joann's, big Joann's.
Yeah.
Big Dollar Tree too. Boy, it was great. And so I bought it there because December 31st, we start a new system in the house. And we both, if we don't really need it, we have to really think twice about getting it because we're going to be back on, he's fully retired, Social Security and pension and things. So I said, unless we start taking money out of the account, which he really does want to do. And so we all have to stay in line, him and me. Good thing I got some reserve because, oh my God, I'd be in so much trouble if I didn't have reserve, really. So anyway, I did go in. He didn't see it, so it's okay. But I bought Karen Simply Soft for mine.
Yeah.
Because I love it. It washes great. It's got a little bit of shine. It'll be fun. So, and then she gives you the stuff to print. And I think almost the whole year is out. Like this is Flying Geese, which is the number one. And then
you do 12 different little
you
squares.
could do 12 different squares. So once a month, and you've got it done. It's done.
Yeah, you have
you actually have.
You have a
finished object.
You have a feeling of accomplishment because you've finished the square for that month.
Exactly. So it's kind of
not that you finished the blanket in that month, but you finished the square.
And I know they have other ones like the temperature blankets and the socks for the scores and things like that. But I thought this is something that's productive. You can get a 12 by 12 square.
And then you think about it, like you don't when you make a blanket, you have this huge blanket on your lap for half the year,
right?
Because it's
starting June, July,
because it gets
big,
massive,
right?
You know, and then all of a sudden you have this huge blanket on you. Exactly. This way, you don't have a big blanket on you; you just have a square.
And as you put them together,
at the end, you just put them together.
And on Sunday morning, while you're sitting here, this is something you could easily do and share as you're going along. Feel like you're already inside and then flocking around the table with us, you know?
Or get some friends together
and do it that sort of thing. Stitch away
things together.
Isn't that great? So
I think that's fantastic.
Now,
I love it.
I like this one. Sorry, Barocco. I like it a little bit better than Barocco. Barocco's is a little bit different, but they're also doing, but theirs is a mystery. And I'm not big on the mysteries. I don't know why, but I'm not big on the mysteries. I just don't like not knowing what's coming, I guess.
Right.
So anyway, they're also doing a year-long free pattern download. 1 and 2 are out. They are actually doing a little bit more squares. 20 squares in there. So somewhere you're going to have to figure out and do a little extra, maybe when you're car driving to grandma's or something like that.
No, when you're the passenger, don't knit and drive.
Oh,
at the
yeah,
same time.
don't.
Well, unless you have the autonomous.
Or you get in the Chick-fil-A line.
Yeah, I've done that. Been in line somewhere.
Right.
I like whip out my I'm waiting project because I'm sitting here waiting.
Starbucks, I mean, it's this sort of thing that you've got it, because some people are like that.
Yeah.
Traffic jams, always make sure you got it with, because I've done that in traffic jams. Because you're just kind of cruising. So I've pulled it out and I've done my little thing, and I'm just kind of letting off the gas, the brake a little bit, and I just kind of go forward. And
Jamie's car has it drives the sensor where it drives itself in between the lines. Now
mine doesn't.
My car is newer than his, but it doesn't have that.
Which really gets my goat. Again, back to what gets my goat. New thing for the new year. That gets my goat.
That the new ones don't.
The little things that are in the car. Every car has all these components when it comes off the line. They just didn't take the little wire and hook it in. That's all.
Yeah.
Or clip in that little thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know. It's not like you can go in and say, start pushing them in. Because, you got all those extra little ports and stuff behind your TV. And after a while, when things don't work, you just take one out and put it in wherever it can go. And you hope that it comes back on. And then when it doesn't come back on, you stand there and go, Mikey, this isn't working. And he comes downstairs and goes, what did you do now? And I'm like, why do you always think it's me? Anyway, I digress.
Because it is always you.
So, yeah, you can just kind of, get it in. I don't know why they and make them single options. Not that you have to spend $950 just to get the lane sensor.
Or because you want the sunroof. Now you have to get the turbo too.
So you have to get the turbo and everything else. And you're like, I'm a little old lady who drives like 20 miles a week. Give me a break. This is the farthest I drive is rural. And it's like, unbelievable.
All right.
So that's my go.
Barocco has one.
If you're into Barocco.
But we're liking the UU one.
We like the U one. They're both vintage.
Not only that, but UU, it's 12.
Yeah, and it's
so
12.
that's easy.
Very easy to do.
Put it on your calendar. Start the next one.
Yeah. Well, and I think the whole year
your Google
is
calendar
out.
gives you a reminder. Start your next.
You're like, I'm not going to have that much time. I'm only gone for a week, like when I'm on a cruise. So I'm not going to do that one. That's a little more involved.
That's a perfect thing for you to take on a cruise, because you can
it's one skein here, one skein there.
Right.
Gets it done.
It's not a whole blanket.
Right. It's not a bunch of mittens.
You're not toting a whole. It is like,
the perfect
mitten.
thing.
And it's done in worsted, y'all.
Yes. Like I said, I like acrylic because then I don't have to worry about laying it out.
You throw in the washing machine dryer.
I mean, do they make a superwash worsted? I know they make superwash DK, but I don't know if they do they? Okay. I just don't know if I have it.
Yeah, that's what isn't that what Barocco is?
I think so.
Superwash worsted.
It probably is. That does. And while you're on UU, you can go down and download this Happy Habit stitch tracker. It's just a calendar with all the dates, and you can color in the day you do some stitching. Like I did on the 1st and the 2nd, but I didn't do anything on the 3rd and the 4th. And the 5th, I'm going to do
She likes to color, so this is right up her alley.
Perfect.
And they're little sheep, so she gets to color.
Yeah, I get the little sheep.
And I'm sure you'll color them in different colors.
I will. Right. I only did this last night when I printed it off so that we would have it. And that's another one. She's got some other cool stuff on there. Check out her new patterns and things like that. I really like UU yarns. So
I think
sorry. My brother sent a picture of his foot.
Oh,
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt there.
I think I'm to the point where I could
Yay!
I could decrease. This was supposed to be for one of my husband's buddies who has a very small head, like the size of Deb. But I had her put this on, and it's a little snug. So
we have a little bit more too now.
But I think it's going to go to a tiny tot.
It has negative ease.
Yeah, there's negative ease on that one. I found another hat in my stash that I'll just
Okay,
give to him.
because I said
He wanted a hat that he could put on over his ball
hat.
cap.
Right, like
Yeah.
your
Like
Jamie
my husband does.
Yeah, that's a good idea because then he has the brim.
He has the brim still when he's golfing and the glare and all that.
Yeah.
But when it's a little cold, he wants a hat, and he has a hat too. So
yeah, that's the way to do
put
it.
it inside your bag.
No, I haven't decided. I'm putting my pom-pom on, guys. See? And it's not in yet because I have to get it to the button. I was just sitting here thinking, do I want to leave enough yarn for a double tie or just a single tie? And I think a double tie is better.
Yeah.
So I'll double tie it, and
So
then I'll curse myself when I go to wash it.
So this is going to be for some tiny tot, some little kid, I think.
Nice donate.
Needs to go to a little.
You never know.
A little guy, but I think I'm to the point where I can decrease.
I think so too.
Yeah,
much better.
So now
Good.
I have to put that one aside because I have to think about that.
We came up with another to-go project.
I'm so doing this.
I am
doing this one. I even found the yarn I'm doing it with.
And I even bought the yarn. I bought yarn from Miss Babs.
Been in my stash for a hot minute, and I didn't know what I was going to use it for.
And now we know.
And I'm like, I have the perfect yarn for this.
This is called the Infinity Scarf. Okay.
It's a hat.
It's the pattern is called, it's Infinity Fibers, Silly Santa Hat. This thing is
Silly Santa hat.
60 inches long. Isn't that great?
It's awesome.
It's awesome. So this is my new to-go plain, just sort of in the bus on that thing when I'm out and about, sitting in the car maybe when we go to Chicago or something like that.
Yeah. The I'm Waiting project.
I'm Waiting project.
So I'm going to do it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I have this Marathon Socks North Pole edition, which is red, green, and beige with a gold tinsel sparkle.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what mine's going to be made out of.
Like I said, either plain green, plain red, or plain black would be okay.
Because that takes about 1,100 yards of fingering for a hat.
Course, 3 skeins.
3 skeins.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, I only have 2 of these. So I do have to integrate another.
The contrast color really only has, you only need 273 yards.
Yeah, but this is not 273. So I went through my stash that I currently have, and nothing really goes perfect with this. But I did have this little bit of black.
So she can get started.
So I can get started. Does that start with the brim? Or is it okay?
No. Yeah, it's the brim.
It starts
and here
with the brim.
Is. Kind of give you an idea. Look at the size of this thing on a piece of paper. It takes a whole page. Isn't that great?
It's so awesome.
Isn't that awesome?
I'm so making this hat.
You had said that once about having a Santa hat. Because my hat, and you're like, wouldn't it be great to have a hat with a scarf all the way attached so that you don't have to carry around 2 things or lose things? And I said, oh yeah,
and that's free on Ravelry right now.
Free on Ravelry. So it's Infinity Fibers Silly Santa Hat. You may, if you don't use Ravelry, you can go to infinityfibers.com. I'm sure it might be on hers.
She's probably got it there too.
Yeah. So it's just really great. It goes up to sizes for a 25-inch hat, 20.25, which I'm sure is
so
you can go
the biggie one.
Yeah, you can
for
get
like
everything.
my size head uses about 1,100
yards. And if you went up
yards.
to a 3, instead of a 2, she calls for a 2 with fingering with the Cascade fingering yarn, Peruvian wool. That's what she uses, or the Heritage Pritch. That's what she used.
No, if you're this comes in. Hold on. This comes all the way from a 6 child size, 16-inch, all the way up to
20.25 inches.
Yeah. So all the way up through adult large.
Yeah. And again, if you went, like I said, if you went up on a needle size, or if you just took your standard DK hat size.
You're not going to do. Stop with that. You're not doing that with all of these decreases. You are making this in fingering as the pattern is written. Once you've done it once, then you can experiment.
Okay.
But
I'll do it once.
I was going to let them know. So the small one, If you're doing it for a child, it's 690
yards.
The large, like I'm going to do, because I have a big old fat head.
Or 632 meters for our people who know the metric system.
For my big old noggin, it's 1,115 yards.
Yeah.
Or 1,021 meters.
So about 3 skeins.
Yeah, 3 skeins.
So again, watch sales, do something, that'd be fun.
Or use up fiddle bits.
Use up fiddle bits.
That's
something like that would be perfect.
Yeah, use up leftovers.
Oh, I think
you are gonna knock that
needle off. I know.
And I'm gonna step on it.
Yeah.
Or like you'll step on it.
Well, the dog usually steps on it and he yelps, and then Mikey goes, "You pinky heel up," and I'm like, "Shut up." Anyway, see, you can tell the New Year hasn't changed anything with us. It's gotten worse. I mean, I'm another year into another. I mean, God, for Christ's sake, 5 days have gone, and I don't even know where it went.
Yeah,
seriously, I don't know where it went. You know. Where's Sasquatch going?
He's gonna go pick up his father, and they're gonna go out and about, and mother-in-law is coming here for the party. So
we're having our Christmas.
We're having our Christmas party today, so we're probably gonna cut this shorter than normal.
And it's gonna fucking snow in the Midwest.
Yeah, it was finally gonna snow here. Of course, today. But it's apropos. We're having our Christmas party, so we need to have
need to have snow.
A winter wonderland for the snow.
Hi, Mags. Nancy. Ashley. Guess what? Ashley. I don't know if this is right, Ashley, but Ashley from Fats Girls. Look, I got them on. It's cold out, so I wore my shoes. I got my new. I didn't know that was down here.
I really didn't get much done on this. This is my crochet hat that I'm doing with leftover fiddle bits from the other project that I'm doing. Somebody was. I was talking with somebody, and they said,
"How many projects do you have?" You don't want to know.
And I'm like, I'm a starter. I'm not a finisher.
I always.
It was somebody who somebody emailed and wanted to know what the pattern was for that. I can't even remember the name of the pattern, but that scarf where you pick up stitches and it's like blocks. It's building blocks.
Oh yeah, I couldn't tell you either. I
looked it up and got it for. Yeah. And she was like, "Did you finish that?" I'm like, "Come on, I'm a starter, not a finisher." No, it's still in my knitting basket.
Now, is Jamie a finisher? He's a procrastinator. You're not a procrastinator.
Tori's the procrastinator.
Okay, Tori's first.
But
Jamie's second.
She will finish it at the very last minute.
Right. That's me. I'm more critical at the time. I have no choice. I've got to do it.
Yeah.
If I have time, I rearrange the suitcase 15 times. I change the wardrobe. I've got to breathe. Then if I have this much space, I got to go find another project to put it in there, or
if it's something that she needs to do on the daily, like I have to nag her for a month to do it every day until it becomes routine for her, and then she'll do it. And then it's no problem.
Right.
But if she could, like when she was in school, the elementary school that she went to, private, and so at the beginning of the year they would tell them that they had to do 6 book reports that year.
Okay. Oh, they were all due like in April,
and they would say in April there's one, and then whatever, right. They would tell you they
month.
give you
one
choices, one a month or whatever it was. And it was always, 2 days before, and she hasn't done anything on it. Hasn't even read a book yet.
She was and at one point,
at one time, she was like, "Mom, can I just do it on Harry Potter?" No, you cannot do a book report on Harry Potter.
Oh, I would think you could. I mean, that would count.
I'm like,
this has the size of those books.
Well, and then so this particular school, it had to be a Newbery Award winner or on the banned book section at Barnes & Noble.
Really?
Yeah. That was it. You
Oh,
couldn't
my.
do anything else
Oh
but
my,
that.
that's amazing.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, you, how's it going?
So yeah. So I'm like, Harry Potter is not a Newbery Award winner. And it is not on the banned book list.
Right.
So too bad. So sad. You have you.
See, no, she isn't. She's very efficient. I'm not,
Yeah.
anywhere
I'm
near
like,
her.
you can't.
However, the funny thing is most people, when they're at home in their own environment, they get a little squirrely or things lack. When I travel, I become as sharp as a tack because I know I have to because she isn't.
Oh,
And
your
I
travel
bet-
companion, not me.
No,
she's
no, not
she's not talking
her.
about me.
No, no.
Her
This is
sister, the travel
excellent.
companion.
Excellent travel companion, but my sister, the travel companion. Oh, and so anyway, it's like I have no choice. And my husband's always worried that I'm going to have an episode where I don't remember shit and all this. I said, don't worry. When I travel, I know I have to be on it. I lay out my clothes the night before. Seriously. I lay out my clothes. And then when I get done or when I change, I do the spraying so that in case I'm going to wear them again.
Yeah.
Then you refresh them and put them in the closet and everything. My sister, whatever. Me drives me insane. So on that note,
Yeah, we're gonna have to
gonna
let
go.
you go because we got people showing up.
we got people showing up
the
because
party.
it's going to snow, and we decided to do it a little early so
Yeah.
that we could do this. Now I am gone. I'm in the Caribbean, so if you're in the Caribbean, say hi. I'm on the Apex.
If you're in the
Gonna
area,
make
swing by and we
Swing
can
by.
do the
You can
podcast
do the
together.
podcast. You always are welcome around here. No problem. We'll figure out something, and we'll even find a place for you to stay.
I got a spare bedroom, no
She got a
problem.
spare bed. She's a very good cook too. Yeah, I'm telling you.
I got
It's the best.
I got collard greens started.
They're amazing smell. Oh my god, it's almost
She
as
thought
good as my car.
She brought over bagels to munch on, and
Doing a brunch.
she's like, "Oh my gosh, the everything bagels are really oniony," and I go, "No, that's my collard greens."
It's the collard greens. But oh my god, it's the smell. And I didn't even know she made collard greens, but she does. So now I'm gonna have to steal some when I come over here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to give them on Sundays. So
Okay, we're gonna let you guys go. You guys have a great day.
Enjoy the
and
playoffs.
Hopefully, see you next week. Maybe I'm
Maybe.
not sure.
You'll have to
I'll be
browbeat
around.
somebody.
She's gonna be gone.
I'm gonna
somewhere
be
in
in-
the Caribbean.
Right. Probably heading towards St. Kitts.
Okay.
So
All right.
All
Take
right.
care, guys.
bye. Wait, it's not a touch screen.
No, the new one is.
But I didn't know that. You little snot bag for not telling me. I'm telling you. No, I don't want that. Wrong. What?